The movie begins in a city where we see so many posters of missing children's. Then we see our main character Lucy, who has a rare condition. Her eyes are not the same, means her two eyes have different colors. She was waiting for her medical nurse trainer, Mrs. Wilson, who was going to give her practical training as a home nurse. This is her first practical training, so she was feeling nervous. A few minutes later, Mrs. Wilson comes there, and they start heading towards their first patient. On the way, Mrs. Wilson asks about her different colors of eyes. Lucy told her this was from her birth. Mrs. Wilson told those who have these types of eyes that their souls can be exchanged. Lucy told her she doesn't believe in these. Then they reach their first patient. Mrs. Wilson told Lucy that the patients who are unable to come are treated in their house, so they have to come to the patient's house. All their patients are like this, so she has all the patients' house keys. After treating their first patients, they went to their next patient's house. After finishing the work, they reached their last patient, Jessel, whose home was a huge mansion and was in the middle of the forest. Mrs. Wilson then told Lucy to stay inside the car and went inside because she only knew how to handle Jessel. When she took too long to come, Lucy decides to go inside. She finds the mansion so weird. When she got inside, she saw so many paintings and animal heads on the wall. After searching all over, she finally reached where Wilson was and saw the patient's blood changing. Wilson gets happy seeing Lucy there. Then she tells her about Jessel, saying that she has been in the area for a long time and that before that, she was a famous dancer and was teaching lots of children. The room was dark, so Lucy opened a window. Then Lucy asked about the lock key on her neck. Then Wilson told Lucy that Jessel was so rich. She had a baby who was deaf, and for some unknown reason the baby died, and after that she was in a coma. She heard from somewhere that Jessel kept the treasure inside this mansion. It may be that this is the key to that treasure. She already tried searching for the treasure but failed to find it. Then they leave from there and drop Lucy off at her place. While going, Wilson follows a child on the road and then she kidnaps the child. Here we get to know that Wilson is behind the kidnapping of the children's because the kidnapped child and the missing child's ages are the same. Then she took her to the house, killed her, and extracted all the blood from her. On the other side, Lucy went to her boyfriend William, who was working in the port. Then they went to the bar, where William's brother Bain was working. There, William asked Lucy about her first training day. She told him that her trainer told him about the mansion of an old lady, which was in the middle of the forest, and that she hid the treasure in that mansion. When he heard this, William became so excited and told her to steal it, but Lucy became angry listening to that and walked away from there. Then William went after her and told her it is impossible to work with such little money, and they have to do something about their future. Your father's condition is not well, and he is becoming old now, so the money will help later. So take your time and think about it calmly. When Lucy got back to her home, she saw her dad talking with a lady. This made her sad because recently her mother died. When she asked her dad about it, he told her the lady was his childhood friend, and he was going to meet her. When her dad left, she called William to talk about the treasure because she was fed up with her situation. Then they met in a car and drove towards the mansion. They stopped the car slightly before the mansion and then headed towards the mansion. While walking, Lucy saw a strange fire on the ground. When she touched the fire, it vanished instantly. No one understood what just happened, so they ignored it and went towards the mansion. They crossed the boundary, but found no entry to the mansion. So Bain and Lucy told William to return, but William didn't listen to them and started searching and found a way to the basement. They entered inside and reached the basement, where they saw so many ruined things. Then, through the stairs, they reached the ground floor. While checking the floor, Bain got frightened after seeing a wolf statue. Then they walk away from there. They felt so strange when they saw locks in every door, even on small entryways. Then they walked to the first floor and entered the small baby's room. Lucy told them this room was used by Jessel's daughter, who died a long time ago. Then William called them to the other room, where 4 animal dolls were placed on the table. When they were talking, suddenly one of the dolls moved towards them, which was so scary. Then they ignored it and went for the search. Then they reached near a locked door, where William felt that the treasure must be inside, but they needed the key. So Lucy told them she saw a key on Jessel's neck, and it may be that key is the one to open the door. Then I went to the top floor and entered Jessel's room. Jessel's was sleeping with the oxygen mask on her face, so Lucy carefully took out the key and handed it over to William. When they tried to open the door with that key, it didn't work. Frustrated, Bain then broke the door. Everyone gets so frustrated after not finding the treasure. Then they saw a big doll covered in cloth. When they removed the cloth, they saw it was Body, which was Jessel's daughter. Then Lucy understands that this is Jessel's treasure, that's why she hid it here. William saw a lock on the base the body was standing. When Lucy enters the key in that lock, Suddenly the lights gets on automatically and the body begins to spin, and a weird music starts. This frightened the three of them, and William hit her face so strongly that it broke the neck. But suddenly, the broken neck was automatically restored, and the music stopped and also stopped spinning by itself. Suddenly, someone shouts so furiously that they leave the room in fear and reach the basement. There they discover that the way is closed with iron bars, which were not there while entering, and other than that, there is no way to get outside. Then they run towards Jessel's room, because Lucy was left with one of the windows open. After reaching there, they saw Jessel was not there, so they started searching the window. In between, Bane saw Jessel in the mirror and then found himself inside a room, and suddenly 3 children came there dancing and killed him painfully. When Lucy was finding Bane, suddenly Jessel arrived there and hypnotized her. Then she controlled her through her stare and began to show her past life, where Lucy saw Anna, who was Jessel's daughter, kill one of her friends. When her mother stops her and shouts at her, she runs outside of the house and begins to levitate in the middle of the air. Here we get to know that she is not immune to outside sun rays and air. Lucy knew that Jessel and Anna were vampires. On the other side, when William was breaking the door, the dead body of Bane arrived and tried to kill him, but William somehow survived. But suddenly Jessel's came out from nowhere and killed him. Lucy then went to the room where Anna was. There, Anna hypnotized Lucy and showed her past life, where she told Lucy that she always wanted to go away from her mother and wanted to see the world. Suddenly the hypnotism broke and Anna attacked Lucy, but she smacks her face and again breaks Anna's neck. Mrs. Wilson, who was working for Jessel, came from behind and knocked out Lucy. Then, Jessel brings Lucy and Anna to the operation room. Then Jessel cut Lucy's stomach, put a dead worm inside, and again put a dead worm inside Anna's body. Jessel then stitches the eyes and performs the ritual on her. A few minutes later, the dead worm comes out alive and gets inside an alternate bodies. Then the ritual was completed, and Anna's soul was inside Lucy's body, and Lucy's soul was inside Anna. After the ritual, Lucy's eyes were changed. Anna was surprised when she saw herself as a human. Jessel then told Lucy's body, who was Anna, to dance. Angry Anna, who hates to dance, killed Wilson and stabbed Jessel's neck. Then Anna unstitched the eyes of her previous body and feed her some blood so that the body can get up. Certainly, Jessel gets up and attacks both of them. Anna and Lucy fight with her, and Anna passes through her from the top floor, where Jessel gets severely injured. Then Anna and Lucy ripped Jessel's jaw into 2 parts and killed her. Then they both walk out of the house and try to run away from there. They both get stunned, because the house is not in the jungle but is floating in the dark dimension. Anna then knew that they couldn't get out at night, so they waited the entire night. The next day, Anna, who was in Lucy's body, walked outside and felt no pain. On the other side, Lucy, who was in Anna's body, was looking at her body with so much pain. Anna then takes Lucy near the cliff, where she levitates in the air and vanishes when the sun ray fall on her body.